What is happening, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. About to show you one of my practice rounds from the tournament I played in this weekend, the Halloween Classic out in Las Vegas. It is the home course of my buddy Nathan Sage, Sunset Park. Me and him go way back to our ultimate days at Florida. He is currently rated 863, so I think it'll be kind of fun to kind of see the difference between a mid 800s player and a high 900s player on this course that has a lot of OB and hazards as well. Also, right now, dark horse hats are available and dark horse roaches and Get Freakies are also available on Discraft's site. The link will be in the description down below. I threw the Get Freaky a lot on this course, so if you haven't gotten one, click the link down below, pick one of those bad boys up. I'm gonna do a recap of the tournament, going through round by round, letting you know what happened, where I need to improve, what I did well on, and ultimately just kind of what went down. So stay tuned to that at the end of this video. Without further ado, let's jump into it right now. Hole one, you start off with a 330-foot shot. Interesting tee pad situation coming off these rocks, and you've got a tree basically right in front of you when you start off. It's only 330 feet. There's not really the greatest line to the basket going under the trees, so I play a big hyzer over to the right.
Is it down?
Yeah, it got caught up in the tree. All right, Sage is going for a safe play. A little Avenger SS down the middle, and he should have a good upshot from there. So Sage is just trying a lot of these tougher holes. He's just trying to cut the hole in half. So he's just gonna throw an upshot with a buzz here. And his upshot game is actually really solid, as you can see there. Just trying to make easy pars. That's hole one. An interesting first hole. Something that might be hot debate for you guys. Let me know in your comments what you think. I personally think hole one should always be a hole that is fairly easy. If you could have like a par four where it's just a big open drive to get people off the tee, that would be ideal, because the idea to me is you want to get people going in the tournament. And if you have a par three and someone struggles putting, there's gonna be a backup on hole one. And if you have a really hard hole as hole one, look at like a ledge stone where you're throwing over the water, that hole can cause a lot of backups. And I just don't think you really want to have backups on the first hole. Hole number two here, par five, it's over 600 feet, so it's a short one, but it's a big dogleg to the right with lots of OB and some hazards. So I'm really excited. I posted something on my Twitter if you didn't check it out. Really excited about playing a course that has hazards and OB. And if you're not familiar, if you throw OB, you take your disc where the last was inbounds and you're basically at a shot. If you see over here, they got a bunch of pink flags if you want to zoom in. They basically made a man-made river. If you land in there, you're in a hazard. You basically advance to your disc, play from where the disc lies, and you're throwing three. Something different, something new, excited about it. I go Nuke SS big roller. Just trying to get something up that's gonna turn really hard to the right and then finish to the right. And if I can get around this corner, I can give myself a good three look here. Oh, that's money.
It's rolling way out there.
It's going way right.
Yeah, I can't get it, but that's a good
It's
roller.
so good you can't even see it. All right, Sage is going back with his Avenger SS. He's just trying to play something left of the hazard. Doesn't even want to mess around with the hazard and have it fade to the left. Yep, that's actually money spot.
Yeah, that's where I like to be.
Great shot. All right, so Sage put himself in probably the best spot. Now he's just trying to get something, and that's actually really well done. If it covers everything, oh, that's all right, out in the open. The basket is gonna be way up there still, but he's playing this for a five, and he's in a great spot to get that. All right, Sage put himself in a great position here. Just trying to bomb one up there past those trees. He did it perfectly. If it misses, wow. Wow, he's really showed up for the cameras, folks. All right, so I've got a couple decisions to make. I actually put myself in a good spot. Unfortunately, just this tree right here is right in my way. So if I was a little bit more to the left, I would go like a low forehand under the trees. If I was a little bit more to the right, I'll just go backing straight at it. I only have 300 feet left, so I don't have much.
This is a par 5, so good shot here. You're looking at an eagle.
So my thought process though here is I could try to go skinny backhand here, and I could potentially park it, but that could also end up being really, really bad. So I think I'm gonna play the safe play. The baseball field is OB, but up against it is not. So you have to get on the other side. So I think I lay down a roller, have it roll up next to the basket, ideally, and I wanted to finish hard right into the fence. And I hit the tree. Let's try the other option.
Ooh. Ooh.
Probably should have been the throw I did.
Yeah.
I think that's easier, just forehand underneath the trees, don't even mess around with the roller. Sage has his 4 shot now. He has a pretty big gap to throw through. Let's see what he does. Yeah, he's gonna give himself a putt. The force was definitely the play. I think now that I'm up here and I'm looking, there's actually a lot of room to just kind of throw something overstable out here and then give it a big skip in. Nice, par.
Look at this mini.
Even if, oh, you got a sick foundation mini?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, available now on foundationdiscgolf.com. Wow, look at that plug. But even if I end up somewhere over here, it's still gonna give me a good eagle look. So that's, I think, is gonna be the play. It's gonna be interesting too, because right now there's not really much wind, and it's supposed to be blowing, Sage says, on Saturday and Sunday. So it might be a little bit different. 300 feet here, hole number 3. A little bit of a low ceiling. You got a little bit of a tunnel shot through. This basket is well guarded on the left-hand side and deep, so the miss is short right. So I'm gonna throw a little bit a hyzer flip with my Meteor, because I know it's gonna finish to the right and it should give me a putt.
It's not bad.
I yanked it a little bit too far to the right, but it's still a putt. Sage has his purple, that's matching his outfit perfectly, Avenger SS. Ooh. Right down the middle.
I'll take it.
How are you feeling right now about your chances tomorrow?
We'll see. Feel pretty good right now.
What's your current rating right now?
I haven't looked recently, that's how bad it is, but I think it's 865-ish.
And you're playing MA3?
MA3.
And the goal is?
First, baby.
Let's
Play
go.
tournaments to win.
Let's go. So I was talking to Sage a little bit yesterday because we kind of ran through the course yesterday, and I was letting him know my strategy early on when I started playing disc golf was to never make a big number, to just essentially try to putz my way around the course, and maybe I don't make as many birdies, but I'm not gonna make nearly as many doubles or triples if I was playing aggressive. I'm right now currently in a weird state of where I'm trying to go super aggressive and learn how to constantly attack, constantly go for birdies, because to win on the Pro Tour, you have to shoot incredible rounds. You can't really lay up and play safe all the time. That's kind of the difference of where we're at. Could he birdie a lot of these holes? Yes. But could he also take big numbers? Yes. So we're trying to minimize the damage, and I think that will give him the best chance at winning. All right, Sage now is gonna show off his long distance putting for the first time. It's gonna be interesting what he does here, because this is one where I would say very small chance of making. So you wanna give it a chance to just easy 3. You don't even wanna sweat this.
Trying to lay it by the pin.
You don't wanna sweat this par putt. Oh, he actually gave it a nice little run, and that's a tap in. Good shot. This turned out pretty good, a little bit better than I thought.
Yeah.
Got about 30 feet inside circle. That'll do, Pig, that'll do. This is essentially the same exact shot. The only thing now is I don't think the pin's really guarded at all. So I'm just gonna go with the buzz, more of a straighter shot. I don't have to worry. The last hole I worried about having my buzz maybe fade out to the left and not having a putt. Here I can just go right at it, anywhere inside a circle, should be a good chance at birdie. Same distance pretty much, 300 feet. So back to back, same power. Oh, do it. Oh. A little long, but it should be all right. Sage has been throwing this Avenger SS really well, so he's just gonna stick to it.
Oh, it's a slippery tee pad.
Uh-oh. There are 3 tee pads out here that extremely are slippery.
Blame the tee pad on that one.
That was the first error. Let's see how he recovers.
Oh, my rainbow Dark Horse Buzz.
Sage just throwing a casual $70 disc. It needs to get a little lefty. Oh, wow. He's really showing his short game prowess today, guys. So Sage has been on a pretty intense regiment with putting lately.
Oh,
really grinding 25, 20, and 15 footers. This is about 20 feet. Cashing in. How has your putting improved from prior to practicing and to like now actually when you practice putting?
Dramatically. I did 300 putts a day for about a month straight, only missing 1 or 2 days, and my confidence is through the roof.
I think that's the big thing with putting is not so much the form obviously comes into it, but just stepping up to a putt and knowing that you can make it because you've seen it go in so many times.
Yes, sir.
Cash it in. My buzz ended up right here. It was a decent shot.
This is 285 feet, and there's some danger to the right here thanks to the pickleball courts that are coming in.
Who knew? Who knew pickleball was so popular?
Yeah, apparently.
It's like $1 billion pickleball.
The only real danger here is losing it to the right into this fence, which I've done a couple of times. But other than that, this is a great hole for righties. Just hyzer ending at the basket. Should be easy. This is one of my few chances for birdie here on the course.
Miss high.
Turned it over too much.
That should still putt though. All right, I'm going the new stock zone to get freaky glow, which is a little bit more stable, and then I'm going to throw a machete in case there's a headwind or something. 285, it should be a good little pop hyzer backhand zone. Oh, I just hit that tree.
Yeah.
I got to get past that tree. If it's past that tree, it's glorious.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go. That was a putt.
A little to the right.
Woo! He thought he made it. Oh, he's going back for another one? Make the correction?
Come on.
Dang. Oh, he's got third? This guy came with so many putters.
Comes in, guaranteed.
Worst one. Should have quit. Longest par 3 on the course. Plays about 470 or so. Not this basket here. It's the one way down there. There's a little tree coverage on the right. I'm gonna throw 2 shots at it. I'm gonna try to throw kind of a hyzer flip up to the right and let it come in and see how far you can get out there. And then the other shot's just a straight shot at it.
That is a bomb.
Get down. Not fade it up too much, just a putt though.
Another bomb. That's a good look right there.
If only I could have one of those in the middle. Sage is going to his trusty bomber disc, the yellow Avenger SS. Whoa. Did it make it over?
I think so.
Oh boy. So we just talked a little bit off camera. This was the scariest shot ever because he landed here. So you must have just cleared this by a couple inches. Had he would not have cleared it, he's taking his third shot like way way back there. So
exactly what I was doing.
So you know tomorrow the miss is left.
Yeah.
All right, he's got this little upshot now. Just gonna try to get this up and down. Play par golf. His upshot game, guys, pretty good. Pretty solid.
Great birdie to get here.
Oh!
One for three. There it is.
That first one should have went in.
Yeah.
275 feet. See the basket down there by the guy in the light blue. It's just either a turnover backhand or a hyzer forehand. I'm going with the machete, especially because it's going to be probably windy. This is going to work good.
Nice little roll there.
That should be a putt. Sage going with the purple Avenger SS for his turnover backhand. Wow, nicely played, Sage.
Call me James Conrad with that one.
James Conrad call out. We're also right by an airport, so it's gonna be loud.
Easy.
Oh, that's right. That's low, but I made it. It's gonna be interesting putting out here in the wind because there's really not too many trees. It's gonna be whipping. This is a dream shot for Sage. We are gonna play another quick little practice round this afternoon, which might be a good thing because
I rarely get birdies on that hole.
Because Sage is playing out of his mind, so it might be good to have a bad round in this afternoon. So that way going in tomorrow, he's feeling confident. So we got another interesting hole here. I'm standing currently in the hazard. They've got it roped off here on the right. Well, not roped off, but flagged off here on the right. And you can see flagged off short of the basket. So another situation where if you land in the hazard, you play it where it is, but you add a stroke. And usually the course layout, you're throwing your tee shot this way. But for this tournament, we're throwing it this way. So you've got the tee sign awkwardly in your way. OB left. I'm just gonna go backhand spike hyzer with the machete. Hit the pole. I thought that might have actually gone in.
That was parked.
The play for Sage here is a high Avenger SS.
Oh, fine with it.
That's fine.
Fine with it.
Off the fence. That's inbounds. If only it would have just sliced through that one little gap right there. That would have been exciting. But he gave himself a look for birdie. No real pressure of not running this. He's gonna have a little tester now, but I think that'll be fine. So we're on a very interesting hole. This is what I would call your typical park hole. Elements of the park are what make it very interesting. It's 420 feet. You got a basketball court on the right-hand side with a bunch of trees. That's all OB. You got a baseball field on the left. That's all OB. And the pin is actually tucked way down there on the right-hand side of the fence line. It's 420 feet from the end of the tee box, but I think in the tournament, this is so slick, and I'm trying to throw a roller here that it looks like they've made the tee box come all the way back here. I really want to rip over on something, and ripping over on something with something really slick, that's a disaster waiting to happen. So I'm probably going to throw from all the way back here. And I'm just trying to basically throw a sky roller out over the baseball field, have it come in hard to the right, and then when it lands, the idea is for it to finish hard right into the fence. And if it gets all the way up to the basket, great. If not, I hopefully will just have an easy three. Get right.
Nice.
Get right.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty good. This is a pretty flippy undertaker.
I like that one.
I like that. This one I think is a little bit more stable than Z.
That's what you got yesterday?
Yeah. Yeah, that's way too stable. Hit the pole.
Oh!
Yeah, stay in. Yeah. Sage is playing for a 3 here, going Avenger SS.
Safe shot.
Just going for a safe shot short of the OB. Out to the left. I think that's pretty perfect. Maybe up against the fence a little bit, but you should be all right.
Can I move it?
Take a little meter off the OB line. And initially Sage wanted to go buzz here. I don't think that's a good play because I think he's gonna smack into this tree. So we're going kind of flippy Avenger SS, out to the left, Anheuser, curl it in. Still somehow hit the tree. Never saw it come down.
I think it's on the court.
Oh boy. I'll honestly take this in the tournament.
Yeah, this is a nice too. Ooh. There it is. Oh. This is a very short hole, I think about 50 feet.
No, it's 150. It's a little bit longer.
Very easy buzz. Just dive it in. There's some trees here. Aim to the right, let it float in, and you need a little bit of luck, but it's pretty easy. I get it every time.
A little bit of luck on a 150-foot shot. Here we go.
Not parked.
That looks pretty skillful.
Yeah.
Great shot.
All right, let's see if Brodie can get there.
I'm going to give you the triple special.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Not sure what that is, but we're about to find out.
There you go. There's the triple special. There's one.
Parked.
There's 2.
Oh boy. Parked. No, you won't go 3 for 3. Tree.
Oh no. I'm in bounds. If I make the putt,
I don't
it's still
know.
a triple special.
I don't know if that's it. Turns out he was in on this one.
It only counts if I make it.
All right.
Oh, the triple special.
3
guys.
for 3.
The biggest delight. It's the buffet.
He did it.
It's almost like the Price is Right. No, not the, let's make a deal where it's like you gotta what's behind door number 1, Johnny?
Buzz?
Oh, legal putt with the Brodie buzz. Cashing in all the putts though today.
Easy.
Nice birdie. All right, we're here on another par 4, 665 feet. This one's a massive dog leg to the right. It almost is like a shape like an L. So for the straighter throwers, you're gonna want to just pop something out left of the tree, then maybe have a long upshot. If you can get a roller down, you can get one to kind of get out there pretty far and to the right. That's what I'm gonna go with. See how far we can get up there.
Oh, there it is. Still rolling. Get right.
Yeah. Perfect.
There it is.
Big purple.
Just gonna get it straight out there.
Going for a straight shot, he says.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He threw the wrong disc, ladies and gentlemen. He threw the wrong disc.
Big MOB.
All right, I'm in position now. I'm actually probably a little too close for Sage's accuracy. But he puts a good move on that one. It's gonna fade out to the left. And the basket is tucked all the way right here. 10 feet past the basket is OB. Another little challenging green.
Oh, that's perfect. A lot of danger to the right and deep.
This is probably the scariest green on the whole course.
But
A lot of situations happening.
perfect shot there for birdie. Save par here.
Save to get up. Come back.
Oh.
Uh-oh. That's OB. That's OB. Sage went out of bounds, unfortunately, but you can see once you get up here, anything on top of this curb and to the right's OB. So it is a tight green. You definitely want to have something come in and just eat it.
I should have thrown.
You should have thrown that disc. Too much glide with the putter. Back-to-back par fours here, 600 feet. It is pretty protected. Another really protected green. Up there on the right, you'll see the upshot on this hole is actually really fun. But you just want to bomb some out there, 500 plus ideally.
Oh. You've never done that before. That smells of triple bogey there.
That's not good. I think I want to go turnover, so I don't even have to mess with that.
There we go. Get out of here, disc. Oh, that is a crush.
That felt better. Big time par four. Just need to crush one out into the field. It looks like he did that with people yelling in his background. Pretty impressive. Great shot. All right, we'll see. We'll test Sage here. Sage, what is the appropriate throw and disc on this next shot?
For a normal person or for me?
No, for you. What should you do?
Avenger SS high, to the right, purple, hit a tree.
Yes.
Or get lucky.
The basket's all the way back here behind the bicycles. Just kind of toss one up into those trees. Hope for a good bounce. You're gonna have a putt from there. Yeah.
That's exactly what I would do if I had a forehand. Ooh.
Oh wow. That's like a big old skip.
Yeah, that's still in the...
Still putt. The most important thing is hitting the gap. You gotta hit the gap. That's fine. Good shot. We made it to hole 13, 270 feet. Just another dog leg to the right. You can throw a big turnover shot here with a backhand, or just kind of forehand that goes overstable forehand.
Oh, that rolled right up to it.
Side of the basket.
Dang.
And then in case it's windy, again, we'll practice with the machete.
How do you practice for the wind and no wind?
What's that?
How do you practice for the wind with no wind?
How do you practice for the wind with no wind? Good question. So I'm not necessarily throwing the same exact angle that I would throw. I'm just getting comfortable with throwing the disc. So the Raptor, overstable fairway driver. The machete's even on top of that, more overstable. So to me, if there's no wind here, I'm throwing Raptor. If there's a headwind, now that Raptor is going to be less stable. It's going to not want to go as far to the right. So that's when I go up and throw the machete. So it's just getting comfortable throwing the disc that I might throw in the wind. All right, this is a perfect Avenger SS turn shot. Throw it with a little anhyzer, let the disc do the work. He didn't give it enough height, and that's going to cut a little bit to the left. Should be an easy three, though. Off camera, Sage just said that this was an easy up and down for him, so no pressure. Give the people what they want. Oh my gosh. Oh! Would that have been your farthest putt made?
Yeah, probably.
Farthest putt made almost on camera? Insane.
What's that one called?
What?
What's that one called?
The triple effect.
Triple straddle?
Triple strat. So this was my favorite. It might still be. It's just a little less favorite. You gotta throw, if you're trying to park it, you can either throw a big forehand over the parking lot and get the skip back in, or you can try to lace something like a flex backhand shot underneath all the trees. It gets really exciting when people park their cars in the corner right here. And that basket used to be like an elevated. It used to be like 10, not 10 feet, that's insane. It used to be like 5 or 6 feet in the air. And you guys know I love elevated baskets. but they moved it down to a normal basket. I'm going force, ESP, big forehand, looking for the skip play.
Come on back. Yikes.
That is worst case scenario.
That's nice. No parking lot skip needed.
Safe. Sage going big backhand now. Devendra SS. I don't know where that went. Over everything. Oh, he's safe. So this is where his Devendra SS ended up, but I'm trying to get him on a sting. It's a little bit of a slower disc, but it's also understable, so it's easier for him to get that to turn right, and that's where he ended up actually, way up there. So I think we're gonna go with the sting for him. I think that is the safest play. He's gonna have a real tester now, because OB on this hole, as you can see, obviously the street, all that's OB, but behind the basket, 5 feet, not even, is OB. So like I said, 5 feet behind the basket is OB. If you actually gave this one a good run and you don't hit metal, you're going OB. So I think this is the perfect time to throw a scooper. And this one I'm actually gonna, I normally throw like at an angle like this and have it kind of flex out and then drop. This one I'm actually gonna try to throw it flat so it actually fades to the left. Ow!
Inbounds.
Oh no.
Is that in?
No. Oh! That's safe. All right, you just claimed again that this is so easy. You can literally see the OB just behind. Wow, folks. What? 3 for 3? Is this guy a machine? Oh, it rolls OB.
No.
Psych? No. Hole 15, par 4, 764 feet. I think this is the toughest birdie on the entire course. Big dog leg to the left. You can see the Mando tree out there. You got to go right of the Mando, and the basket is actually going to be way down there. So with the shape of the fairway, you really can't get too much off the tee. So it's kind of just placement shot and then a big rip, and then hopefully make a putt. Okay, safe.
What are you doing differently here?
I'm gonna try to throw a cut roller.
Oh boy.
So it's gonna land and it's gonna immediately start going left, but hopefully it tries to find itself standing up.
All right.
There's a 25% chance this goes terribly wrong.
I thought you were gonna say right. Terribly right. Let's see. Rolling out there, hard to get it.
That's so stupid. I will never do that. All right, this is a bomb central shot here for Sage. Oh, he got it away clean. Wow.
Liking that.
Great shot.
Something rare in Sunset Park is a coyote. I don't know if I can get it.
Took you that long to start rolling?
Yeah.
That thing ran all the way around.
Oh.
I didn't think coyotes were that fast.
Man, I wish I would have got that earlier. Oh, here's the second one.
Oh my God, there's
Second
two.
coyote, a
They
wild
run in packs.
coyote
They run in packs.
in the park.
They run in packs.
Oh
He
my
doesn't know where his buddy went.
Oh my.
Did you see how smart he was?
Yeah.
He slowed down as he crossed the street.
Only at Sunset Park.
Wow. I can't believe he slowed down to look both
How many
ways.
more are there?
I'm a little terrified.
I missed the first one, but his little brother came, and now I'm a great cameraman. I was saved.
All right, this is where Sage has found his drive. He mashed potatoes it out here. This is what he's looking at. Okay, the pin is still well down there in the distance. We're gonna see what he thinks the right play is, and then I'll tell him what I would do.
All right, it looks like a little bit of a wider gap here. However, I can't turn it, so I think what I'm gonna do is rip it straight and try to get a little lucky.
Okay, we'll let him go. We'll let him go with that first, and then I'll say whether or not I think that was the right decision.
All right.
All right, so after he did that, I would go, instead of trying to hit this 5-foot gap, I would go for this 20-foot gap here, and I would just try to throw his purple Avenger SS or even a Sting low through that gap, knowing it's going to curl to the right, and then he'll really just have like a 200-foot upshot. Right. So let's see if you can do that one.
Why didn't you tell me that first?
Well, sometimes it's better to get your finger stung or your finger burnt, and then you'll know not to touch the stove.
That was a lot easier.
390. Dang. Okay.
This is where 20 feet really makes a difference, because he's riding
past these trees. Is what you want. 390. I need something to push and then finish right. I don't really like any backhand line here. Like up the gut, I don't like that.
Tough shot here. Ooh.
I'll putt. It's short, but I didn't get enough height on it. It's safe though. Sage with an absolute beauty shot.
Who would have thought to throw that?
Yeah, if only you would have done it your first try. Nice, parked.
Easy 4.
You could be like other YouTubers and just cut out your bad shots.
All right, let's see it. From like 60 feet, 70 feet. Ooh, just a little short.
That low ceiling at the end is tough.
Ooh, easy 4. Oh, putting with the buzz?
Too easy. So if that last hole wasn't the hardest birdie on the course, hole 16 might be. These 2 holes back to back are going to be very difficult to birdie. You got about 415, 420 foot shot, low ceiling, tight gap left and right, and where the trees kind of push out is perfectly in line for where you kind of want a normal shot to go. You don't see it now either, but that basket is about 5 to 10 feet long of a hazard. The hazard is basically this big, huge valley in between the fairway and the green. If you're in there, obviously you're taking an extra stroke. So you're either gonna see people probably lay up and then pitch it over and try to take a 3, or I think you're gonna see some people try to get up there. I got my TI Undertaker. I think it's a hyzer flip backhand. I think that probably gives you the best chance to get something up there close to the hole.
Ooh, I think you're in.
Not
at
if
least.
you rip it to the right. I think it's the purple one, but I just threw a terrible shot. See what Sage can do now.
Try to get it out there.
Just trying to lay. I think he's playing the layup shot first.
Yeah, that's right where I want to
Oh, that's great. Left side too, way easier to approach. Great shot. All right, I called Sage off of the throw he wanted to do here. Let's see if it works. I think that's the play. Yeah. Do the one that you thought was the right play though. That's not the play.
for par here out of the hazard. Ooh.
It's a tough hole.
Yeah.
Hole 17, 330 feet. Basket's a little protected back there. A lot of hazard on this one, playing around the whole green. You can go with a big stall backhand over the top. I allude for the forehand spike hyzer.
There's a river to the left there. Those flags.
That's kind of right where I want to be. Sage is just trying to blast something right at this tree, low, give himself a chance to get up and down. Does he hit it? Oh my gosh.
Perfect.
Precision right there, folks. Look at that accuracy.
Easy up and down as long as I don't go for it.
Yeah, he threw it just far enough to where he got behind all these trees. It is sitting on that hillside. Uh-oh. Nope, didn't roll.
Okay.
I think Floyd Mayweather's over here getting boxing training in. All right. You see all sorts of things out here at Sunset.
For birdie.
Need some putting practice tonight, Sage.
All right.
Final hole here, hole 18. I think it's a great finishing hole. 335 feet. They actually moved the high basket that I was talking about earlier to this one to make it even more scary for people finishing their round. It's all the way down there, tucked behind the tree.
Can't really see it.
And there's a lot of hazard on this hole too. So you can either lay up before the hazard and then pitch one over and get your 3, or you can risk it for the biscuit and try to get your 2. It's gonna be exciting to watch what people do coming down the stretch. No! Safe. Thank you. Oh yeah, he's playing. He's laying up though. He's got the safe play. I don't know what if you guys are seeing this weird Christmas light situation or something, but hopefully it still looks good. God, it looks like there's Christmas lights on the trees. That's great. Perfect shot.
Exactly what I want.
Sage was saying that this is an easy 3 for him, but I don't know anymore with the elevated basket. I think anything can happen, especially when you put a little pressure on yourself.
No, this is an easy 3 for me.
All right, I think he's got to throw this right underneath the basket, give himself no pressure.
Oh, so easy.
All right, we'll see how his elevated basket putting is.
That would have been nice.
So there you have it. There's one of the practice rounds I had out at the Halloween Classic at Sunset Park in Las Vegas. I want to jump into now my recap for the tournament because it already happened. And if you follow me on social media, you probably already know some of this stuff. But I want to go into it a little bit more. And I think sometimes breaking it down with you guys as well is helpful for me to know what I need to work on, what I need to improve, and try to get better at before my next tournament, which is coming up here in 2 weekends, the Veterans Park Open here in Fort Worth, Texas. So I want to first just say a quick congratulations to Steve Rico for shooting 29 under and winning by 3 shots. It was a very impressive performance from the start to finish. And congratulations also to James Proctor for having an incredible tournament as well. As you can see from the course layout, it is a birdie or die course for the pros. There aren't too many tricky holes. I would say the only holes that probably play difficult to birdie would be hole 6, hole 9, 14, 15, and 16. So there's 5 holes I would say that are difficult birdies, and the rest are pretty much right there for you to take. and you're looking to definitely try to hit double digits at least in your rounds to make yourself somewhat competitive. Round one, we had great weather, probably 7 to 12 miles per hour, somewhere in that range. For the wind, it wasn't too bad. And I honestly just really struggled the entire round. The only positive thing I can really say about that round was that was probably as bad as I could play, and I still put myself somewhat in contention. So after the first round, I was tied for 10th at 4 under. So that's the only really kind of positive I would say is back in my day, a bad round would probably put me towards the bottom of the pack, but I'm at least somewhat able to salvage a decent round, I guess. But looking through it, the front 9 is super scoreable out there, and I shot 1 under on the front, my only birdie being hole 7. The back 9, I actually ended up getting 5 birdies, which is really, really solid, but the 2 bogeys kind of negated those. So all in all, it wasn't a great round, and you look at the stats here that I'm showing up on the screen, 67% Circle 1X putting. My putting was just atrocious that day. I don't know what happened. I had 3 penalty shots. One of those penalty shots came on the par 4 number 10. The par 4 number 11. I threw a great roller up around the corner of this hole. It's kind of like a big dog leg to the right. Threw a great roller up there, had probably about 270 feet in. Just threw the wrong disc or essentially threw the wrong shot with the wrong disc. Ended up throwing it OB and making a bogey when I should have made a birdie on that. It was a pretty routine up approach shot. That was unfortunate. And other than that, 50% Circle 1 isn't terrible. I would like it to be a little bit higher than that on a birdie or die course. But, I gave myself 9 birdie looks inside a circle, and I only capitalized on 6 of them. So we're going to jump now to round 2. Round 2 was a little bit better for me. I felt like I actually played well. I definitely still left a few shots out in the course, but I shot 9 under, a solid round of 50, and it put me right back up into the top 5 after that at 13 under. So looking at that now I have a realistic chance of, placing in the top 5, which after my first round, that was my goal. I knew I wasn't going to be able to win with Rico and Proctor shooting the way they shot in the first round. So at that point, it was all about, can I finish in the top 5? That was the goal. And so looking at the stats from round 2, I had 5 birdies on the front 9, which is exactly where I wanted to be. And I had 5 birdies on the back 9 with 1 bogey. And my Circle 1X putting was 100%. I didn't miss anything, which is great. And my greens in regulation for Circle 1 was a little bit higher that round at 56%, but I obviously capitalized on all those putts. And I only had 1 penalty, which was on hole 16. The perfect shot is to fly something 420 feet in the air, but that's a really difficult shot to do straight and low ceiling. So I thought I threw a really great shot. It ended up, the way I was playing it was trying to skip something off the flat part of the valley and have it skip up the hill. And you can't see it, it's a blind shot from the tee, so I couldn't see the reaction, but people up by the green told me that it skipped and slammed into the wall and then fell down. So it was close to being a birdie look, and wasn't able to make the Circle 2 putt to save the par. So that was my only bogey on the round. Not too upset with it, but after that round, I was 1 shot behind 4th place and 6 shots behind 3rd place. I kind of had the idea of, okay, I definitely now want to try to do better than my top 5 since I'm looking like, I'm already there. Let's make it a little bit harder. Let's put myself in a top 4 situation. So I wanted to try to jump 1 spot. If I play out of my absolute mind, and the guy Chris Pinegar, I believe, he's in 3rd place. If he has a bad day, I might be able to make up those 6 shots. But if not, I'm going to be very happy with a 4th place in this tournament. Moving into round 3, this is where, holy cow, I can talk about this a lot, but this is where it gets really, 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 really interesting. So we're looking at the weather, and it looks like it's going to be absolutely madness in the sense of how intense the wind was gonna be for round 3. My buddy Nate, he went out early in the morning and I was texting him like, hey dude, is it windy? What's it like? What's it like? And he's like, no, it's not bad at all. It's not windy at all. It's not windy. So I was like, okay. It looked like the wind was really gonna get bad at 5 o'clock. My tee time was right around 2:30. So I figured probably the last 6 holes or so, the wind was going to come in and it was gonna be playing really, really difficult. So when I got out to the field around 1:30 or so to start warming up, it wasn't windy at all. It was pretty much the same winds that we had the previous 2 days. So the course in my head was playing the same conditions. We get to the tee at 2:30, the winds start picking up a little bit, around 14 miles per hour, but they're consistent. And the days before, it was around 7, 6, and then it might get up to 12 or 13 for a little bit, but then drop back down. Now we were consistently at about 13 or 14, and then gusts up into around 20. By the time we got to hole 5, it was a consistent 20 to 25 miles per hour, and gusts were now over 30. And then when we got to around hole 8, hole 9, now we were up in the range of like 22, 23, and gusts were like over 30. It was the type of wind where multiple times I was looking at the basket, and the basket in the ground is shaking. It's moving because it was so windy. And on one of the holes, a limb that must have weighed like over 100 pounds just snapped off this tree and dropped 50 feet. Luckily, no one got hurt because it would have caused a lot of damage if it hit someone. But it was the windiest I've ever played. I played country club out at the DDO up in Emporia earlier, where, you know, people talk about how windy that gets up there. And the second round was extremely windy there, but I don't think it was anywhere near as windy as this round was. I'll go into the scores a little bit later, but I just want to talk about that round. I knew it was going to be a get birdies when you can, but just don't take any big numbers. Par today was going to be a good score, and just don't do anything silly to where you put yourself in a position that you can take a big number. So the front 9 I played, I felt like pretty much perfectly. Hole 4, I missed a bad shot. Hole 1, I barely nicked a tree, which would have probably put me, if it didn't hit that tree, it probably would have put me under the basket, but barely nicked a tree, so wasn't able to make birdie there. Birdied hole 2, birdied hole 3. Hole 4, bad shot, didn't have a birdie look. Hole 5, missed a birdie putt into the headwind, and then got the birdie on 7, missed the birdie putt on 8, and 9, it got a good par, which 9 was playing one of the harder holes on the course. So was pretty happy with the front 9 finishing at 3 under. The back 9, this is when, like I said, the wind just started picking up, and it didn't feel like we were playing disc golf anymore. It just felt like survival golf, and it was wild to see. Everyone was struggling, and I managed to get 3 birdies on the back 9 and salvaging two bogeys, which I'm okay with. So I finished around 4 under, which is the same exact score that I shot in round 1. However, I think the course was playing anywhere from 6 to 7 shots harder in the 3rd round. And looking at my stats, I was pretty happy with it. My Circle 1X putting was 82%, which I'll take that to the bank all day in that kind of wind. I only had 2 penalties, which really were just a couple inches off from staying in bounds, and then 44% from greens and regulation for Circle 1. Not too upset with that at all with the wind. So I felt like I played really, really good, and I'll talk a little bit about ratings right now, because this is where I think ratings kind of suck. I felt like I played so well. I ended up jumping a spot like I wanted to. I got to 4th place, 2 shots out of 3rd place, so I closed the gap on 3rd as well. But I looked at my rating, because right now I'm trying to get to 1,000. That's the goal. Once I hit 1,000, I won't really care about ratings at all. But I'm trying to hit to 1,000. So I'm like, heck yeah, man. I shot 4 under. I think that was like 989 in the first day 4 under was. I was like, this is playing like 6 or 7 strokes harder. So this is gonna be like a 1030 at least rated round. This is gonna be great. I look at it, it's 1,004 rated. And I'm like, what? And then I look at everyone else's rating. Me and Steve Rico were the only two people that shot over 1,000 in round 3. He shot a 5 under, which was 1,013, so 9 points higher. Proctor shot a 996. Pinegar shot a 969. Then the next guys down the list, 987, 978, 960, 934. And looking between the scores of round 2 and round 3, the differential in the top 5 guys. So round 2, Steve Rico shot 13 under. Round 3, he shot 5. Round 2, James Proctor shot 9 under. Round 3, he shot 3 under. And then Chris Pinegar shot 12 under in round 2, shot even par in round 3. I shot 9 under in round 2, shot 4 under in round 3. And Kerry Trotter shot 8 under in round 2 and 2 under in round 3. So just looking at the top guys, I don't think, the problem is the algorithm looks at it because they're adding in the scores of all the amateurs that played when it wasn't windy and it was the same conditions as yesterday. So there was only, there was probably only 30 or so guys that were really affected by the wind out of the 100 plus, or I think there might have been 200 people. I don't know how many people actually played in this tournament, but there wasn't enough scores when it was windy because it was so late in the day that it only affected a small amount of people. And so I don't know what they'll do with the ratings. Hopefully they can go in and, adjust them. That was just one of the things that kind of sucked. I felt like I wanted to be super stoked about my round, and then you look at your rating and you're like, gosh, dang. So that's one of the reasons why I don't really like ratings too much, because sometimes it can make you feel like you didn't really play as well as you did. And that's never a fun feeling. So it is what it is, but that's kind of how the tournament played out. Hopefully next year I can go to the tournament as well. It was so much fun playing with my buddy Sage, and hopefully he can, start working on his forehand and get some more distance on his drives and see what he can do. Maybe he'll play in MA2 next year instead of MA3 this year. He ended up getting second place, which was also very cool to see. He kind of had the same thing I did. We both played really poorly the first round, and then the second and third round, we kind of clawed our ways back into it. And he was actually 2 shots away from the leader in the third round and had kind of closed the gap. So it was really fun to kind of watch that and see the battle come down to it. But all in all, man, it was really fun. I got veterans coming up soon to get ready for, so I'm going to start preparing for that, and just can kind of continue to kind of work on my game here leading up to the 2021 Disc Golf Pro Tour season. So can't wait to kind of see some of these courses that I played last year or this year, get a little bit of revenge out there and see how my game now translates to those courses. But I think it's gonna be really cool going back to Waco, going back to Idlewild, going back to Ledgestone, giving these courses another go with some of the skills that I've been able to acquire since coming home. And man, can I just say that was probably the best decision. I wish I would have done it a little bit sooner. I did like going up to Idlewild and Ledgestone, but I think I probably would be a little bit more on my way if I would have left the tour kind of after, before those tournaments and came home. But it's been awesome being home and being able to really practice and get more confident in my throws and just have a better idea of how to attack courses and take care of business. So it's been fun. We'll see what happens in veterans. That might be a one that Kelsey comes out and films. I'm not really entirely quite sure. It's an A tier, so I don't know how that will really work out. But I do know me and Kelsey are going to try to film some more disc golf videos for the channel leading up to the tournament. So be on the lookout for that. Thanks for all the support, guys. Everyone that has picked up a Dark Horse hat or a Get Freaky Zone or a Dark Horse Roach, it means a lot to me. And for everyone that's on the Facebook group, the Discord, everyone that's supporting Foundation Disc Golf and Discraft, I really appreciate all that, guys. And yeah, it's just the beginning. That's the wild thing, and that's something that I kind of need to keep telling myself is I just started this year. Sometimes I get a little bit too down on myself and I want to see results a lot quicker. And I have to realize that, the consistency is going to take some time. but there's sparks. There's little sparks of, hey, things are working, you're getting it done. And that's what I gotta kind of keep grabbing onto and realizing that, you know, just stay the course and we'll see what happens on this wild journey in the next couple months. So appreciate all the support, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Keep slinging them discs.